back on here. And we're going to talk about that. So let me just talk to Steve a little bit. Steve, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I've been running away from you for a year now.
I know. It's good to have you. Finally, I think it's been a moment to have you on the platform. Yes, speak to the Liberian people. They're still making their way out here.
Well, as always, many of you know my Oma. They know our relationship. Um, I have been away for a little bit, trying to figure out my schedule and other things. Basically, I've been dodging her and running away.
That's
Um,
true.
she's been encouraging me for us to resume the show. I've been running away, and y'all know we used to do the thing here every night before the election,
Yep,
2023. I think we
yep,
started off the end of 2022
yep.
or the middle 2022. We carry up until 2023.
Right.
So it feels good to be back. Definitely, my Uma. Again, I'm sorry for giving you the runaround for no reason, but we're here, and we look forward to the conversation.
Great, great. So I wanted to talk about first, let's establish, then we can walk our way backward. We outlined all the problems that's in Liberia, especially with this current government. Where I was a little boy, he was incompetent, he had no experience. Okay. His present, his absent is better than his present because both his present and absent did not mean anything. He was a or air taxi. Now we're here. What has changed? Has anything changed?
Well, I think you are asking the same question that Mr. Cummings asked a
Right,
few days or weeks ago that got the current information minister and deputy, who I call both of them alcoholic clowns. That's how I term both of them. They're both alcoholic clowns. They're incompetent and inept, as evidenced by that. That's why every little thing they found ways to attack people, dishonor, disrespect, fight, force. When
mm-hmm.
by, when in reality, that's not what the act that created them or that ministry says they should
Right,
be doing.
right,
Secondly, if they knew any better, they wouldn't even be doing that because the information ministry is not someone's personal property, so they cannot be used for propaganda.
right.
So, yes, they're both alcoholic clowns, and I stand by it. One of them was in America here throughout his life in America after he left government with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, going from basement party to basement party, collecting
Yep,
left liquor then. And
yep.
when he gets those leftover liquor, what he does with it, he put it in the freezer and he drinks some of them before he goes sit down on class reload. That's what he used to do. So even till
Right.
today, even till today, they before they go to the before they go give prep briefings, they drink, they get drunk. So that question that you're asking,
It seems that way because most of the time they're incoherent. Most of
the
the
people
time
don't make
they're illogical, incoherent. Yes.
because they're intoxicated. They're under the influence of alcohol. So as evidence by that, when you talk to them, they will use words like, "Oh, that person drank something because they just came from getting drunk, so they think everybody can drink." But
Right.
I will rest the case on those alcoholic clowns. Both Jeremy Pia and Daniel Sano are alcoholic clowns. I will be on the record for that. But
Okay.
I think the bigger question that you ask is in 2 years, in
Going
two
to
years,
three.
in 2 years, we have seen on the Unity Party complete disaster, complete dysfunction, complete destruction. complete incompetence, ineptitude, criminality to the highest level, corruption. We've also seen nepotism rise to one of the highest level in recent times.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Tribalism,
it's very embarrassing. It's very, very embarrassing.
sectionalism. Mm-hmm.
Honest. It is embarrassing. Um, and so that's where we are. And so the only thing that has changed is gotten worse. Those are the things that have changed. And unfortunately, that's where we are in the 21st century.
Okay. Thank you so much, Steve. If you are here, please help us share the video. As you know, we're rebuilding the platform. We're not at where we were, not even halfway to where we were at. All right. If I die regularly, it's different. If I'm here, that's that. So please help us share. Thank you, Steve. That makes sense. So let's talk about where we are today. We're going to the third year in this government. Do you think, in your heart of hearts, is there a part of you that you think the government understands the magnitude of the problem? And do you think they can transform Liberia? Is there something that you think they want to do or they care for doing? Let me just say that in short.
Well, I don't have that gut feelings like we say on the fact. I don't have that inclination. I don't believe. I don't suspect. I never thought. I have no futuristic thought that this government will do anything or they will improve the lives of our people, even if you were to get 100 years. And the only reason for that is, first of all, serious-minded people who want to do the right thing, when they are not in power or they are running for power, the way they prepare themselves, there's things that they do. Tell me what the Unity Party partisans were doing before they came to power. Give me one. If you tell me one relevant, serious-minded thing that they did, then it tells me that they were preparing for this moment. And well, I can tell you one of the irrelevant or unserious-minded things that they were doing. Let me give you a couple of them. The sitting Secretary General at the time, Mo Ali, was asking somebody to abort pregnancy. And they did nothing about it. He was not suspended. No, they never reprimanded him. Oh, not only that, the sitting Unity Party at the time, with the standard bearer Joseph Boakai, was in a coalition and agreement with the CPP. They could not even afford to pay the part of the due while they were in the CPP.
Right.
That one less. Let's come to some of the things that they did that were disgraceful. The sitting United Party at the time could not even afford the rent. They had to be kicked out of the place they were living. Oh, but not only that, the standard bearer, the face of the party, the man who were the party leader at the time, Joseph Yuma Boaka, came in public and said he's living on government loan after he's lived on taxpayer for so many years. For 12 years, he comes back to tell that he's living on loan, settling money again that he borrowed to the bank. He was living on loan with the bank. But not only that, the embarrassing part of all of this, they've seen Joseph Yuma Boakai goes to the court, cases the Bible, and lies in court while he was a sitting deacon. And you tell me, say, these people will change anything or they will benefit anybody or they will change the lives of Liberia or they will change the country or they know what they're doing? No, they don't know what they're doing. The people never benefited themselves. How can they benefit somebody? You got to know good to be able to do good. You got to know better to act better and live better. So if these people are living in ruined, what do you expect them to do? Now they've come to power. They have the Liberian pool money to themselves. Guess what? They are married making. That's it. The lifestyle that they couldn't live before that they do. So, I mean, listen, my Oma, this issue of hope, and do you think the people will do this? Do you think they will change? It can never honor Joseph Boakai. Let me say again, never honor Joseph Boakai. He does not have the capacity. He does not have the technical know-how. He does not have the knowledge. He doesn't have the ability in this time and age to effect with anything that has to change, to do a change. No innovation, nothing. 2 years, no innovation. He's just bouncing from plane to plane, from the other plane to the other plane, talking foolishness with no sense. When you're talking and say, hey man, that old man. Listen, if you need our old man for 2 hours, support an old man. We told you here today.
So let me say, Steve, that while that is true, do you have a few questions I'd like to ask? You know, today I saw a video somewhere in the desert between Niger and I think Niger, where Liberians, Africans, are stuck in the desert who are trying to escape Liberia. But those of all who God have blessed and have gotten an opportunity to come to this people country, we continue to choose our people, to vote for people, okay, who cannot change the country. We're telling people who have to vote for people because that's their tribal man. I want us to listen to this video, then we can talk. How did we get here? How did we get an 80-some more year old man who have been in government for 40-some more years, have no record of success to point to, never did, okay? How did we elect him? Let's listen here. Listen to this. It's not a Liberian, he's a Nigerian, okay? And it seems that the story of Africa is the same. All of us are the same. Everywhere is the same. Let's listen to this gentleman.
The most wicked people we have in this country are those who live abroad and those who have traveled and still support incompetent candidates and bad government simply because it favors them or because the incompetent candidate is their tribesman. I don't blame those who have not been to the international airport, not to talk of traveling outside the country. I don't blame them when they support bad candidate to rule them. Some of them are so used to suffering that their brain have been calibrated to think that that is how life is meant to be. You see, most people shed tears the first time they set foot into all these Western countries, because it will be done on them that they have been living in an animal kingdom all these years. Subconsciously, you will be wondering how you were able to survive in Nigeria all these years, because you will see how citizens of a country are being treated, how people's rights are being protected, how lives are being valued, how children are being cared for, how pregnant women are being pampered and cared for. And when they deliver their babies, you need to see the treatment they get. But here in Nigeria, the reverse is the case.
And this is not just like Nigeria per se, this is Liberia too. In fact, women will stay in labor, they don't have money to pay, they are going to die with their baby and no one will be accountable. Okay, so do we play a part in this process where Liberia found herself? We, as the diasporan, we around the world who live in other people's country, who enjoy the amenities of other people's country. You right there, you can go to the hospital if there's emergency, you don't have no insurance. They're not going to ask, they're going to ask if you have insurance. If you say no, that's fine. They're still going to treat you and send you a bill later. And if you can't pay that bill, there are people who donate to the hospital. You can apply for assistance. So talk to us. Do we play a role? Do we, the diaspora, play a role?
You know, it's one of the most deceptive things and evil things I've seen in my lifetime. For anybody to know better, live better, and not do better. And I want to start this part of it starting with President George Weah. President George Weah lived almost all of his adult life out of Liberia.
Yes, he did.
Almost all of his adult life was lived out of Liberia. For those of you who say President George Weah was in the slum and he suffered and he did this and he did that, that's not true. You probably don't know the history.
He left from Liberia, I think, at the age of 17, at most 19.
George Weah was young when he left from Liberia. And when George Weah traveled, he lived in Europe and other parts of the world in America here too. In fact, the story says that's where he met his wife, Where we
Yep.
are.
Yep.
He had his son here. So that means he smelled what it means to live in a good city. He smelled what it means to, he tasted and smelled what it means to live in a clean environment. He tasted what it means to live somewhere where there is light and running water every day.
Yep.
He did. He did, folks. But we can't Joseph Boakai. So before we start with just us who in the diaspora, and John were given the presidency.
Yep.
Honor him, the country was dirty. And that's true. Honor him, no running water, no stable electricity. Nothing. Fast forward, Joseph Yuma Boakai, in and out of Liberia, traveling to different countries for years, way back in the 80s. In fact, it is reported that Joseph Boakai was fired while he was abroad.
Yeah.
As agricultural minister. So he understands what it means to live abroad. He been living here for a while.
Yep.
So we gave them power. And they added about. Here is where I think the problem lies a lot. Because they are the leaders, but here is where the problem lies a lot. I see grown men and women who are in the diaspora who know what it is to do better. They live in the diaspora here. Will tell you, say, oh, and let go invest in Liberia. But they know that the atmosphere, they say not here right now. They're not in Liberia telling you. They say they're not here. Some of them support the political parties. Most of our people that you see on Facebook making noise, they supported the political party with a name that they will get someone a job, or they will get a family member will get someone a job, or they will benefit directly.
They get contracts.
Then they come back and say the person will buy. Most of the people who see turn against Joe because Joe never gave in to what they wanted. The same people that turn against Joseph Boakai will be similar thing. And here is the reason. They start to support these people from an early on stage with the mindset that they will get something from there. So yes, I agree with it with what the guy said on the presentation. These people, they are the problem in that country. Majority of the Liberians who support wrong. How in your sound mind you will go? Joseph Boakai will come and tell you, say he living on loan. That level of irresponsibility shows that the man is irresponsible, not financially disciplined. And you say that man should be your president. How can you make the case for somebody who living on loan, but telling you say they come and rescue you from poverty? How does that work? Who thinks that way? Okay, let one homeless man stand on the road and tell you say he can't rescue you. Your house going on foreclosure. Let a homeless man come and say he will come and rescue you. Your house going on foreclosure. The money you get from the bank to come and pay your mortgage, give it to him. He will come and rescue you. Would you do that? You wouldn't do that. So what you did with Joseph Boakai, those of you who supported Joseph Boakai in America, shame on you. You are a disgrace to your children, your generation, your entire family. I say it, and I have no regret on saying that, because you all know what is right. Many of you, you are in America, you're working for your own heart, but you got this mentality where you must be a slave and a hustler. The only thing you worry about is for you to get appointed for someone a job in Liberia, and that's why they fired Dr. Young. Let me say it today. It's sweet for Dr. Young. Let me say it. I'm clear on the record. I'm supposed to be in America, got a good job, doing something serious. And one joker like Joseph Boakai, that criminally minded old man, called me and said I'm going to go work for him. First of all, I can work for criminals at the very first thing. I can never work for Joey, I can never work for Joseph Boakai. I don't care. I can never work for two of them because they are corrupt, both of them. You call yourself scientist. You got all the accolades here. You are respected here. You tell yourself and go follow one funny old man with a questionable character at his age. And they fire you and so can't say what they popity party down and say, oh, let's be sorry for Dr. Young. Let's be sorry for him. I'm not sorry for Dr. Young. It's sweet for him. He saw his boyfriend on a plateau, so it's sweet for him. Yes, it's sweet for him. It's sweet for him. So yes, these are the people who are the problem in the community. I say these are the people who are the problem in the community. These are the people who are the problem. Those ones who see wrong and they support it because it will benefit them instead of looking at the bigger good. So it's sweet for them. So that one by you might stay like bro say, we're not worried about him. You're not serious money. I don't want to say he's not a serious money man. If you're a serious money, you're not take job from somebody like Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai is serious money man. Or you go say I'm going to take job from him. Joseph Boakai is serious man. That's serious, man. They're not serious, man. So, my Oma, most of our problem comes from the diaspora. Most of our friends, our sisters, our brothers here, they're supporting Joseph Boakai on a tribal level. I had somebody gonna call me the other day, oh, and you're from Lofa, and we're supposed to be united at Lofa town. You carried out your remote, that your mindset that you gotta be carried somewhere else. Me and you know that we on to be on Lofa and the other country. Today I don't see country. I don't see country. I don't see all the funny thing. Let's look at the better good of the country to move the country forward. Joseph Boakai does not have the capacity to lead the country. It's a fact. I don't care what you say. You can say that politics. And those people who make the excuses, oh, and it was the only person at the time to remove Jawea. I know that was not the only person to remove Jawea. No, that's why your myopic brain is telling you, because you are short-sighted. Everything you do it temporarily. Your myopic brain told you that it was Joseph Boakai who could only remove Jawea. Or let me give you the good news today. You could have used that same brain and that energy to put it behind somebody with a long-term sustainable plan to ensure.
Right, exactly.
Move that will provide relief for our people. You didn't do that because everything about most of you guys is so temporary. You don't see the better good. You don't see the future because you are myopic. Yes, that's why why you never use that same energy behind somebody else. Why?
Right.
Why you going to use that same energy behind somebody else? So for you, it's just about winning. Okay, good now. You don't win now. Do what you do now. You can't do it. Then all the we only supported him because at the time he was the only man that could remove Jawea. No, that's not true. He was not the only man that could remove Jawea. That's what you're putting in your head, and that's what you're saying. So you're investing your time, your energy, and your resources to put a loser there. Joseph Boakai is a loser. In his life, he's a loser. In his life, before he became president, he was a loser. As a president, he is a loser. After the presidency, he will be a loser. And you all see it. He will be a loser. Just Prince Johnson. Just Prince Johnson in his death, he's a loser. How Joseph Boakai will be. Oh, yeah, we here now. Y'all continue. We here. We're watching you. And Prince Johnson, what they call him now, kidnapper. We're calling him kidnapper. We here. Joseph Boakai on a story council.
Oh, he were calling kidnapper?
Yeah, she said the man kidnapper. All the years. I ain't get nothing, he leave nothing for them, whatever it is. That's why he went there. And I believe her that she's a kidnapper. So myself, I call him kidnapper too. If your wife who's sleeping with you in the single can call you kidnapper, what else will call you Jesus? I know you better than your wife. So he's a kidnapper, man. Kidnapper calling hero. Now I want to look at the book on Lofa and Joseph Boakai, our uncle Joseph Boakai, that uncle, he's a loser. I say it. Joseph Boakai is a loser. And the people who supporting they are losers. Y'all get there. They should coming back to second to Africa. They show will be hot because every time they will go me. Yeah, that yet anyway. I ain't want to say. Joseph Boakai is a loser. He's a loser. You know, see successful loser. To be successful, but you're a loser. You don't see it before. I don't want them who can carry nothing when they can't get nothing, they can benefit nothing, they can benefit nobody. Like Joseph Boakai. I don't care what you think and what you say. If you say I insulted Joseph Boakai in your business, I say Joseph Boakai is a loser. I don't want to say it. For you to live your life the way Joseph Boakai is living. At his age, he's enabling criminality, he's enabling all the noise in that country. At his age, and I will sit on platform and say, oh, you know the old man. He's a loser. He is. I say he's a loser. So yeah, the people in the diaspora, the one who support him, they're losers as well. So that loser cheering that we got. And already on my page, that all about who support Joseph Boakai is a loser. Yeah, whether you man or you woman. That means say.
Wow, that's deep, Steve. That's deep. Now, what do you make up when you think about the level of violence in a country with no regards to law or even human life? Do you think the people have lost hope, that the country have lost trust within the government? Because the reason that this is me, the reason that when I go, I'm driving even in the middle of the night downtown Lawrenceville and the light is red, I don't cross the light because in my mind, there are laws that will hold me accountable. That's number one. Number two, I could get in the middle of there and my life could be taken. I could take somebody's life by having an accident or somebody who is from my blind side. And I learned once a nation, the people lose respect, or they believe there will be no justice or no recourse, the society becomes a what do you call it, survivor the fittest. What do you think is happening in our country? In 1 week, we saw 2 lives brutally, brutally, brutally taken, cut like you were cutting a deer on the side of the street. Street. What's your thought?
Well, the only thing that runs to mind is these are not mutually exclusive. The people who don't pay attention, that the business, the people who are not accustomed, knowledgeable, or inclined to history at a business. Everything you see happening on Joseph Boakai, it happened before he became president. Oh yes. Let me remind us, because that's all the things we'll do. Follow these people, study what they do, and so forth. Let me remind the Liberian people about some things. Wasn't the scene Joseph Boakai in the Unity Party along with CDC? And are the two parties and the two group of people, especially the Unity Party, that there were more violence in Lofa County, and his nephew, who is the current internal minister, on camera, admitted that he was a rebel and that he would kill people. And Joseph Boakai rewarded him after he made those statements. You all forgot? Are you first now? No. It was on the scene Joseph Yuma Boakai in government. Joseph Boakai was vice president for 12 years. I would agree that you ever heard him say anything as vice president? All the mysterious killings and things that went on during the regime, you ever heard Joseph Boakai say anything?
No. He said it was not time to talk.
You think he doesn't know what's going on? He knows. It was on the scene Joseph Boakai in the CPP. It disintegrated social noise and yo-yo, social trouble, social problems on the scene on his guardians in the CPP. From one problem to another, the accusation, the false accusation, the lies, and so forth. When I want to listen to Joseph Yuma Boakai, you think Joseph Boakai is a peaceful man? You really think so? Joseph Boakai is sumo soya. For you who don't know. Joseph Boakai is sumo soya. For you who don't know. In fact, we told you before that Joseph Boakai, it is highly reported that Joseph Boakai was fully in support of the Lofa Defense Force.
I heard.
Allegedly, he and his friend Bernie Sanders. Oh, you'll be saying that there. Don't rebel in your get. You know Joseph Boakai part of the PRC government. Joseph Boakai was major in the PRC government.
Oh yeah.
Joseph Boakai was major in Doden government. Small children will be giving your history and everyone listening your passing around Jumbo, the party. You'll be giving yourself time. Joseph Boakai been around. He knows what time it is. So this is not strange. Joseph Boakai whole political career came up through noise. Joseph Boakai whole political career, it came up in noise, working with the PRC. You're listening to it today. Joseph Boakai was in the PRC government. If you think you go out that other paper, Samuel, what other paper like me passing around and you get me know who they.
Samuel Jackson.
That paper what can be passing around and you get who they making no give it.
Samuel Jackson.
You know Joseph Boakai from the PRC government and know each other. They know.
Yeah.
So my own man, these things are not strange to some of us. We don't expect any better. We don't expect any change, some of us. Those of you who are hoping for change, good luck. Because the next 4 years, it will get chaotic and worse than this in the next 4 years. It will. Oh, it will. It will. It just started. It will. And Joseph Boakai does not care. Joseph Boakai has never cared. As long as it benefits him and he can use the situation to his advantage, that's all he cares about. He will not say nothing. He will do nothing because that's not who he is. So if you are hoping thinking that you would get some kind of serious-minded result or something serious will come right in it. Oh well, I wish you good luck. So yes, it will get worse. That's all I can say. And this is not the first time it's happened with the Unity Party. And it will not change. It will only get worse. And that's what it will be. The thing just starting. The thing about when my January 20 will make 2 years. We're not even go anywhere yet. I see people jacking and getting their hard time. Why are you getting their hard time? That says here, ain't gonna say says here we'll talk. Okay? No problem. Oh, says here will be on the app too. They will bury your children and will wash it tire too. Right? Oh, you will hurt each other and will wash it tire too. Oh, that says here now. What do you doing? It says here.
They will not. They've already hurting each other, killing each other. Okay. And that was the reservation of the Liberian people when I was in Liberia. We love George Weah, but we're afraid of him. His people have no control. The killing in the country is too much. The stealing is too much. And see, let's talk to the Liberian people in respect to this rulers, the group of people referencing Weah's government. Weah is a celebrity. Some of us did not anticipate anything from Weah, quite frankly. Okay, but this man promised us that he was coming. He had the most experience to come and change the way things are. If we are the gauge or the reference point for any government for that matter, or are they telling us this is how far the bar is?
Well, first of all, this is what I said from the initial stage, that these guys have no plans. Because if CDC that you criticize should be your standard or should be your bar, then we are in some serious trouble. This is a beautiful nonsense that we are in. And whether we like it or not,
I've heard that for a long time. Beautiful nonsense, yes.
And whether we like it or not, it's going to get worse because you guys have no plans. They got no plans. The only plan that I'm sure of 100% that they came with is to steal. That's it. That I can guarantee anybody.
Yes.
That I can guarantee anybody. That's the top of their agenda. But anything else in terms of change your life or to do anything better or whatever it is, you are wasting your time. It's not to benefit you. It has never been to benefit you. It has never been about you. Because there is nobody in their sound mind that will criticize something or somebody and come and do worse than what they criticize. So something you gotta be no. The time they were born you, maybe you fall down on your head at the only way. You will criticize something and can't act worse than that thing that you criticize. Then that means the time they were born you fall down on your head. Because then that means something that's straight in your brain. So then why you criticize Joey? Why you criticize the CDC? If you will come and do worse than them, how can the CDC even be your standard? How can it be the measurement there for you? How? We shouldn't even be talking about CDC. Because for all we care, CDC did the worst thing ever in most recent history. But you come and do worse than what CDC is doing, and you sit there and you want us to settle for that mediocre thing that you're doing, and you want everybody to come around that your criminality and criminal mindset that people should sit around and say, you know what, man, and I hear some of the noise I hear some of these people making, and CDC damage the country. You're supposed to take it. You don't know where you're getting in. It was not a secret. So what is the plan?
So Steve, then let me come this way though. When CDC came to power, said it damaged the country, they left no money in the country. Okay. Although we got billions of dollars that came into the country. I know that they made a lot of millionaires that the last government made excuses for. Joseph Boaga played with over 120 million. His office budget was 20 million. Okay, he was in charge of the group of 77. That $5 million at one point went missing. He was in charge of youth and sports, the youth advisor. Okay, he was in charge of the what do you call it? The House of Senate. He was the president of the Senate. Okay, he was there when all the bogus 66 bogus contracts were passed. In fact, when ArcelorMittal signed the contract, he got 3 trucks, the Arab extended cab truck, and the rest of the other lawmakers got like 2 each. So he cannot say he did not know the magnitude. He said in his interview with what this guy, the time he said, "Do you understand the language that the people speak?" He told us that he said he knew the problem in the country. He knew the trouble of our people. He told us that he knew all of that. So that cannot be a true statement to come back and say. He said in 2022, he also noted he knew how to fix the country. So was that all a lie to come back to say, oh, we are going to damage the country? If we are damage the country, so let's be honest, and Steve. When John Magufuli took over Tanzania, okay, when John Magufuli took over Tanzania, Tanzania were experiencing one of the worst, what do you call it, pandemic that were going on. I mean, epidemic that were going on in their country. There was cholera, waterborne disease that was spread. People were dying by the dozen, right? And it was just right before the independence. John Magufuli declared a state of emergency. Under that state of emergency, he said, we are not going to have an Independence Day celebration because there's nothing to celebrate. We will put that money into cleaning the city. We will put it into hospital, into medication. We will keep our people alive. Okay? John Magufuli did not travel outside of the continent. The first time he traveled outside of the continent was to come to the United Nations. He traveled in the economic class. Economic class. He came plus himself with 8 people, make them 8. So there was 7 plus 8. In fact, he walked around in the plane, speaking to people, and somebody actually have to tell them this is the president of Tanzania. He had a goal that was spelled out that you could go and find in the next 3 years. Okay. The goal is to take so and so amount of people out of poverty. This is where our country find ourselves. I'm not leaving the continent. We see the young boy in Burkina Faso. He didn't come to the table with any experience. The experience he came to the table with, service to mankind, because he was in the service. He's an engineer by profession. Okay. He's a soldier by heart. Okay. And he loved his country. He came where the rest of the world were declaring war on his country for the minerals. They were dropping guns in the name of what they call it, charity, helping NGO. He stopped that. He had been fighting to keep his people going. Even after he developing, he had not changed. He wear the same clothes over and over, army clothes. He still has the same old truck. He did not change his house. Okay, his wife does not. In fact, the first time he left the continent, it was to go to Russia. The world over has sent for him. Donald Trump has sent for him. They are offering him money. They are even threatening him. He said, I'm in my country. I'm here building my country. Okay, I'm not coming. So he's not making excuses. Okay, Travis is not making excuses. He has a plan what he's going to do. John Magufuli did not make excuses. He knew what he was getting into. Bwaka had been in this government before I was born, literally. Okay, when he got into government, I was in diapers. I'm a grandmother now. So he had been in the position of power. Okay, under the last UP-led government, he made millions in less than 2 years. He was telling us he was broke. He was living on loan. He was telling us people we were collecting money to send him to the hospital. Alexander Cummings have to pay his hospital bill. We have to rescue him, literally put him on the plane to send him to another country. So why are we referencing these people? Do you think these people are going to make, I keep asking, I'm going to ask this question. So then what's next, Steve? What's next for all of us? What's next?
Well, Omar, I'll probably leave in the next 5 minutes. I have to run for something
together. So let's finish up.
Yeah. So what's next? Stealing, corruption, criminality, ineptitude, incompetence, and chaos. A lot of sufferings for the Liberian people, whether you like it or not. What's next? I don't know what else I can really say that I haven't said. What's next? Lots of trouble. That's what's next. They will deplete the country's reserve if possible. Or the thing, what's next? It would just get worse. Let me put it that way. It would just get worse. The debts, our debts, both foreign and domestic, will increase. I think the last time I checked, I think we're almost in 3 billion. We've crossed 3 billion now. That's what we owed.
Yes. We are leveraged just right around 2 billion. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what we owe. And the manager warming up because it's just less than 2 years. So they got 4 years. They haven't even collected the last thing at the end of their term, whether they will win or not. They haven't even collected the last money. They haven't started stealing it. So yeah. So what's next? It will get worse, Mahoma. It will get worse.
Okay. So y'all want to call, y'all can call in. I'm here. And then I'm going to take the calls. Then I'm going to leave. Okay. We were here for 1 hour. That's 89094. Most of you should know this number by now. This number has been here for the longest. All right. So here we go. And I'm going to put the number up here. Prince, if you want to call, you can call in. All right. So I'm going to let you guys call in. And then I will leave in about 9 minutes. That is the phone number. Please call if you have any input from you. But while you're calling in, I'm going to play this video for you about the African youth. Okay. This is about the African youth. And then I always tell the youth, it's your future that we are fighting for. It is your future that we are fighting for. Until you take control of your future, this is where we are, African youth. Okay, you must take control of your future. Okay, we can tell you whatever, but you must take control of your future. Okay, you can't be tribal about it. There we go.
That there is a problem in Africa, you'll think I'm joking. African youths are the most unserious set of human beings on planet Earth. These are youths who are comfortable with suffering. They are all tigers online, but in real life, when it's time to come together and say enough is enough, some of them will start playing tribal politics. What a shame. My assistant showed me something recently, and I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Studio, please put it on the screen. For God's sake, what is this? These are the...
Good evening. Good evening, caller. What's your name? Where you're calling from, please?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam President. My name is Prince Williams, and I'm calling from Tennessee, the volunteer state.
Mr. President, welcome. Welcome to Second Thought. It's good to have you. What's your thought? What's on your mind?
Thank you, Madam President. I appreciate the opportunity and the privilege as well. And indeed, it's a second thought because every time I listen to you, you do not only present the issues, you also give us, Liberian, the opportunity to think about things, to give second thought to things as it is in our country. And so I thank you for this. And I want to also thank Steve Bully also for his contribution and how he articulated the issues. Not many may agree with him on his way of presentation.
Yeah.
Sometimes
stupidity is a state of mind.
Sometimes in life you have to be honest, and unfortunately, traditionally in our African culture, honesty is an offense to many.
Right.
And the consideration of it is an insult. But we have to be honest ourselves and speak to ourselves as it is. And your question you asked, your critical questions you asked that made me to have calling is what next? What next? And there's no better time to ask that question but now.
Yes.
Because oftentimes we wait until the last minute, then we start to find to contemplate on the solution. And then oftentimes we make sentimental solution based on our emotions rather than rational decisions. So I think what next is now for us to start to inform our people again and try to impress upon our mind of our people so they can fully understand that anyone who will come to you to even give you the slightest notion that the only alternative in our country, the only we only have a binary solution in Liberia, and that is CDC or just Unity Party. Anyone who will bring that out to you is that person is exposing themselves as one of the unpatriotic person.
Yeah, they don't care about you. They don't care about your life. They don't care about the future of your children.
Indeed. Even if they don't care about you, and then you should investigate them more and see them as an opportunist. They're not somebody who truly love our country and want to see betterment for our country. And right now, we should present other alternatives. We should bring up discussing other alternatives. That's why me considering myself as a possible prospect or candidate in 2029.
Actually, Prince, you're not the only one. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to get my situation. My section on first of the year, I'm going to be in Liberia. Yes, I'm going to run as an independent.
People viable option.
Yeah.
Even so, with a desire, you can laugh at me, you can mock at me, you can call me, you can say whatever you want to say. That's your business. One thing I know as a man of faith, when David told the brothers and sisters that you're going to kill Goliath, they all continue to laugh at him. They call him a shepherd boy who has nothing to offer. You are not a military man. You have no military knowledge. So you can curse me. You can say anything you want to say about me. You can say what I pray, man, go for whatever it is. Whatever you want to say, that's your business. But all I'm trying to give our people a viable option. That's why I do not even shy away from telling the people, even though I'm contested, even though once perhaps Zena Cummings will be an opposition, will be somebody who I will be an opponent, I do not even shy away from telling the Liberian people say that Zena Cummings is a better option, a viable option. Because the reason why I have a sincere heart and a desire to transform Liberia, that I'm not the only solution. And because I'm not the only solution, even though I have many ideas that bringing our people or giving our people a viable option that they have the autonomy to self-govern themselves. That we can partition the country in a way that each county can have their own governor to govern that county. That 60% of the wealth of each county will stay in the county, and 40% will be brought to Liberia, to Monrovia, that will be used by the government in the sense of federal system to be able to protect each county, to be able to make the decision for themselves, to be self-determined, not to be decided by people sitting in Monrovia in calling themselves lawmaker, legislature, and enriching themselves, and then while people in Banga, in other places suffered. It's not going to happen on my vision for Liberia. That's why I impressed upon Liberia the unquoted notion of salary payment in Liberia. One of my players to get rid of that. That nobody in Liberia will sit there and wait for a month to get paid to receive $200 for pay. If $200 is what the fee is sufficient to pay you, that whoever decides that salary will pay you every 2 weeks $100. It will be my first executive order that I will pass. That effective as president, nobody in Liberia will be ever make with monthly salary. It can be private entity, it can be government entity. If somebody is receiving salary, or even if that $1, it will be binding upon you to give that person 50 cents every 2 weeks. Because that person needs to take care of their family. The economy needs to be the money needs to be used as a lubricant to lubricate the economy. That instead of the economy be stagnated for 30 days, money that be put in the economy so commerce and trade can be effective and the people can live a viable life. That's why I'm proposing for Liberia. And I'm also proposing a national gold reserve where our country gold will not be just taken out of the country, extracted, be taken out. We will have our gold reserve where 2% of every gold extracted in Liberia will be
Prince, Len, my time is over. You can join us Sunday evening on this platform at 7 p.m. on Sunday.
So having said that, in conclusion to this, Madam President, if you are running 2029, I will be opposed to you, not in the sense of the fact that I do not know that you are qualified. In the sense
we need options. We need options.
Liberia need better options.
Yeah.
And however it is, even so, I will still tell the Liberian people that even if you do not consider me, they should consider you. Because that's
I like that.
I like that. because Executive means have a better solution for Liberia.
Correct.
They don't consider you, they should consider Tier 1 Congo. They appear to have a better solution for Liberia.
Right.
If they don't consider you, there are many communes and many Tier 1 Congo and many Yosemite Mountains that are in the diaspora everywhere around the world.
Right.
Who should get up and galvanize themselves and go to that country and fight against the systemic corruption and fight against the lies and fight against the hypocrisy and transform Liberia and give the people what they deserve. Thank you very much, Mr. President, and I'll be glad to come on your show and be able to have some time of discussion with you on the issue of Liberia.
Yes.
You are a voice that has transcended through time. You are transcended through generation, and you continue to do the same thing. God bless you. God continue to strengthen you, and God embolden you so that you can step forward, because this is the reason we are the generation we've been waiting for.
Amen. Amen. You just reminded me. Thank you, my own word. Thank you so much, and good night. So, folks, I'm going to finish playing this video. Okay, that was Prince. Prince is the former president for the Liberian Association in the what do you call it? The Louisville area. Okay, and I am the Georgia area. I'm a city girl. All right, but I'm going to finish playing this video, and I will end up with the last one that I started with. I got a few videos here. I will not play it tonight, but I'll play it later. But let's play this so we can see where we are in respect to this. Okay, there it is. I'm going to start back again and come right here.
When I tell you that there is a problem in Africa, you'll think I'm joking. African youths are the most unserious set of human beings on planet Earth. These are youths who are comfortable with suffering. They are all tigers online, but in real life, when it's time to come together and say enough is enough, some of them will start playing tribal politics. What a shame. My assistant showed me something recently, and I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Studio, please put it on the screen. For God's sake, what is this? These are the people currently handling the affairs of Cameroon. Is Cameroon a village? Because this looks like the Igwe and his cabinet. Just look, the president is 92 years old, the Senate president is 90, the National Assembly president is 85, the Minister of Justice is 86, the head of police is 92, and the president of the Constitutional Council is 85. Jesus Christ. I'm sure some of them already have dementia. How can you have people that are supposed to be ancestors ruling you? It's a shame, a big shame. Cameroon youths, how do you sleep and wake up? Look at Nigeria too. And
I'm going to stop here. Okay. The funny thing here is most of these men, okay, most of these men have no record of success anywhere. They have no record of success anywhere. For instance, in Uganda, Museveni came as a rebel, okay, and took over. Since it is something, and he's still running. This one been there 40 years and still want to run. 90 some more years when he's telling you he got a few more things, getting 5 years, he will not run again. Of course he will not run again. So, if you are in the United States, and know some of the people that I have respect for before, I lost complete respect for them. Okay? What's our boy? John Malou. But then it comes to this point, and I'm going to talk about this in my next podcast tomorrow night, and I'm going to be talking about that. Majority of these people who parents derailed the nation, who looted the nation. You know, when I'm talking, people get really, Emery used to say, yeah, the children did no wrong. They did. They did. They are the beneficiaries of the ills, the pain that the parent caused. You see, when the white man planned, he planned for his children. He planned for the next generation. You know why in Singapore, when you work for government and you commit crimes, they ban your family, your next and second generation that can work in public service? That you just see in China, a whole family were put to death literally because they corrupted the nation, and China cannot afford to do that. We watched this during the campaign. We watched what was going on. They say when your Christmas will be good, you know from the east. We saw this from the CPP. When we saw that Cummings were gaining momentum, the people believe in him. Darius DeLon is senator today, yes. God Cummings put his name and faith behind it, because after we are election, Joseph Boakai didn't have a face to come out. You read, we know he was in a rebel. We were talking about war and economic crimes court. Boakai said it was not time to talk. You could not even run campaign for DeLon or Taylor. It was Alexander Cummings. And on Alexander Cummings during the CPP, the 2020 election, we won. Donald Trump would say bigly, because people believe in him. He was one of the reasons that normally didn't pack up her stuff to move to the United States. He moved to Grand Bassa. We're riding motorbike. In the coming days, I will play that. But I will say this. There are options. Liberian people, it's not, we are so used to being abused that our self-esteem is so low. That's why you see on Facebook. Look at women like me, a woman like me. There is no way. I see some of you come under my post on Facebook looking for attention, thinking I will reply to you, okay? So you and I can go back and forth. You and I are not equal, okay? My straps is on my back. Let me show you something really quickly before I go. I'm going to show you this to you really quickly before I go. Hold on for a second. I'll be right. You see right here? Right here? I love this. Is the official seal right here. This is my work, my sacrifice, my name in my community for community organizing, okay? For my devotion to mankind, for women and children support and speaking out. So if I come back and forth with you, I relinquish that. Besides professionally what I do, it does not, even if it did. You know, my mom and my dad always used to say, you remember who daughter you are. Remember who daughter you are. Remember you represent us. Remember who daughter you are. When you belong to a community, just like now, I have my baby, and when they're leaving the house, even the way they dress, I would say, remember who your father is. If I'm not around their kids, they're going to do what they're going to do. But most of the time when they come, the moment they're going to go change and get ready. And I'm going to end with this to all of y'all. We need somebody who can articulate in their own words, in their own voice, okay, that can use their words and say, I will do this, okay? This is where I have done it. This is how I did it. This is when I did it, okay? And they will tell you, this is possible. This is how we are going to do it. This is why we are going to do it. This is when it's going to happen and where it will happen. You need somebody that can tell you their economic worldview. Liberia problem as it stands is being able to create. We know how to consume. Okay, we are not producer. We are consumers. We are like the dragon. You know, Afranima Kante, the dragon. Okay, the dragon eats everything in its path. It leaves none. It does not negotiate, does not differentiate. There was a story when I was a little girl coming on, and the story will be told this way. A full moon, Grandpa used to tell the story that there was this dragon that would come to town once a year, and it will come during the harvest. It will ask for the rice itself after the women would have harvested, boil it, or dried it, beat it, thinner it. It will ask for the rice itself that is clean. It will ask for the thinner rice. It will ask for even the peel, the dirt that they take out. So you couldn't even save it to plan for the next year. This is what the Liberian government continued to do. I heard today that the Liberian Senate or House is passing, wants to buy cars. Do you build cars in Liberia? You went to Waterside or World Trade Center. You collect all the children that were there. You bring down everything. You know what the American government would have done? Those children, as bright as they are, maybe they didn't even go to school. The U.S. government would have, collected them, recruit them, and see what they can produce. In this country, there's a school, a trusted school, that's up there in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, that they look for some of the best talent, the talent scout. In the manner people say, me or Wumpie, children who, phenomenal children who got, what do you call it? What a word for you? I need to find it for this extra power or not just argue. And they find them who have wild imagination to build. Do you think all these people who created these things, they're everyday people, they're normal people like you and myself? You know why they are the way they are? They're distinct people. They're legends. They see where you and I don't see. Some of them are born before their time. But you know what? We live in a country where talents does not matter, where you elect people who take and take and take and leave you and your children with nothing. Most of those people are 3 and 4 generation government brats. Like for instance, John Malu uncle were working. Is that what? Which of the other company with SOE it is? It's not maritime. What it is? Is that the oil company? Is that it? But that's why he got scholarship to come to go abroad, to go to school. John Malu. And as smart and as educated as he is, that got free education on our taxpayer. He gave us the man what he told us when he ran. When his uncle John Malu Sr. was running, that he named after, that Bwaka was corrupt, that he could never support him. He raised over 300,000 to support him, to put him on us and our children. I see my little brother Dwalu, who I used to really, really love in the mire, came on the Sekou Den show, SKTV. He said, we know the papier, you walk around and say, the papier this, the papier going to not last. It was not other people who said it. It was you people who said it. Now when somebody say you get mad, you said it. Okay? Let Alexander just go. Alexander Cummings go. We know he can do the job. He will do the heavy lifting. Waka never ask him. Mr. Alexander Cummings has said it, and none of you want to listen because we choose not to listen. Okay? And Waka said, he will never be the reason for Congo people to come to power. Me, I can say I'm a country woman, proud country woman. But that way he said it. I heard it. He will never be. Bwaka, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf went to Bwaka when all the Liberian people were asking for Alexander Cummings to be his vice president. Ellen and Bwaka told Ellen he will come back. He never went back. He never asked Alexander Cummings, but he could ask him for $100,000 and deliver to him. He can ask him for hospital bill. He can ask him when he was running 2017 in the second round to help him with election campaign matters. But you know what? He did not want him to be a vice president to him. He did not want anybody holding accountable. The sentencing matter was not about the people. He was not trying to save the nation. It was mere talk. We're a talker. And I end with this. We're us, the Liberian women. I've been on this platform. Most of you met me over here. I've been on lots of platforms. I've been on NPR. I've been on CBS, CNNBC, Channel 57. Okay. I declined because my stress level was so high to be on CNN. Fam, I connected LSTC on the line with NSNBC in 2014 during the Ebola. Okay. Ben the Fist debated the governor of Georgia, Nathan Deal, at the time, why the airport should stay open, why Liberia, Delta Airlines should continue to go to Liberia. And I wasn't even as much as I am today to challenge the governor of Georgia with almost 40 billion in budget, with almost 10 million people, a huge nation, bigger than Liberia. I did for my nation. So I will continue to speak up. You may not like my approach, you may not like my choice of words, but that's what I chose. That's how I chose to deliver my message. How do you sit in this country and you get people? This puppy had 20 million budget for 12 years. That does not include the different boards that he sat on. It does not include his travel expenditure in SDA. It does not include the other budget for the different departments, the one that went to his wife and his children. It did not include that. But in less than 2 years, he was telling you he's living off alone. The man who could not manage what he will overly pay with, because he will overly pay. United States with $1 trillion budget. United States with over 300 million people don't even pay the president that much. Don't pay the lawmakers that much. Today, I hear you. In the country where you're saying the USAID took the money, our children are sitting on the floor. LU is nasty. No electricity, no bathroom. But you want to buy cars for staffer. In other word over, we don't pay for cars for people to come to work. You get the job, you negotiate a salary. If the salary is not gainful for you, you don't take it. Why are we buying cars for lawmakers? 45, 60,000. Why are we buying $100,000 car for the president? In a country that you say you keep it was messed up. Your action does not corroborate what you're saying to us, that the country is messed up. How is it messed up when you're buying all of these cars? How is it messed up when you travel every 2 weeks? How is it messed up when you're going to go get plasma, you go get all kind of stuff? How is that? How are you doing that? What's the truth? And I will end with this main video. That's the new pastor I just found. And I think I like him. Folks, if you're on my timeline, actually, I want to play this from Front Page Africa. I apologize, guys. Hopefully somebody else can carry. This is from Front Page Africa. Liberian stuck in the desert. I remember Liberian were being roasted. They were in one of the it was not Northern Africa. It was somewhere in Southwest Asia when we had took over. Ivory Coast, Ito went there and
Sahara Desert. Over 30
George, we had
Liberian
never
migrants
sent to
are
go
living
help.
in unimaginable conditions in Asamaka, northern Niger. After being deported from Algeria, they were rounded up, beaten, and dumped at the Algeria-Niger border. Now, they say they are abandoned, forceless, and forgotten. Under the care of the International Organization for Migration, they are crammed into an overcrowded transit camp in Agadex. With little food, no clean water, and no proper medical care, they now face growing public health threats, malaria, dehydration, and trauma-haunting their days and nights. Liberia's foreign ministry, however, says it was unaware of the situation. If they can reach out directly, the ministry can make a position. We haven't received any official communication. Assistant Minister for Public Affairs, Sewan Nanagba, said. Liberia's ambassador to Senegal, Ali Sila, echoed this, noting that Niger is not on Dakar's jurisdiction, but confirmed telephone migrants have been repatriated. But these migrants, sick, hungry, and barely surviving, time is running out. They are appealing not just to their government, but to the international community for help, for action, for dignity. As the desert sun continues to rise and fall, over 30 Liberians remain stranded, forgotten by their nation, caught between borders and pray for rescue. Reporting for Front Page Africa, this is Willie Tokpa. In the blistering.
Okay, guys, I hope you guys saw that. Really, just stop like that nice reporting, but it's malaria. Okay, y'all please be careful. And if you go to Google have pronunciation there. So put some of the words that you don't know, just put it there and ask it to pronounce it. It will help you. And that's the extent you're going to be speaking to the word. Yes, you got to be very careful how these things are done. All right, but let me say to the foreign minister and the minister in the other country in Senegal, the people are in the desert. They're desperate. They're not going to reach out to you. Front Page Africa, thank you. When you hear your citizens are somewhere, you already know. And they show you where they are. Front Page Africa, a newspaper, went all the way out there and is reporting. And you want them to reach out to you. Okay? Or maybe coordinated with other international journalists. Your people are there. Liberians are there. Go and get them. That's what leadership is. Humanity. Dignity. Have some heart. Those are Liberians. Those are Liberians. Pape Bwaka, we are left our people in Southwest Asia over there. We don't know whatever happened to them. We saw them in cages when we first took over. Ito went and carried a plane to bring their own people. Our people never came in. We never saw that. When the girls were stuck in Omar, that a gentleman out of Australia who helped to bring them home. It was not the government. I will call it a night. Okay? Y'all, please. Please, please, please. Those of you who saw this video tonight, follow up with the Liberian government. Flood their page, put it on their page, put it under the post. Those are Liberians. If you were in that predicament, you will want for somebody to speak up, somebody to help. That's what you will want. And I will close with this. Today, I saw LDA beating immigration. That's where we are as a nation. The violence is getting out of control. The violence is getting out of control. And I will close this. Thank you so much for those of you who tuned in tonight. Please follow us on this page. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I will go ahead and play and end with this particular pastor. Is a Nigerian pastor. I don't know him. I stumbled over his video yesterday and I was excited.
In this country are those, the most wicked people we have in this country are those who live abroad and those who have traveled and still support incompetent candidates and bad government simply because it favors them or because the incompetent candidate is their tribesman. I don't blame those who have not been to the international airport, not to talk of traveling outside the country. I don't blame them when they support bad candidates to rule them. Some of them are so used to suffering that their brain have been calibrated to think that that is how life is meant to be. You see, most people shed tears the first time they set foot into all these Western countries, because it will be done on them that they have been living in an animal kingdom all these years. Subconsciously, you will be wondering how you were able to survive in Nigeria all these years, because you will see how citizens of a country are being treated, how people's rights are being protected, how lives are being valued, how children are being cared for, how pregnant women are being pampered and cared for. And when they deliver their babies, you need to see the treatment they get. But here in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. The other time, the former governor of Abia State was seen on live TV shamelessly saying that his government will be giving 500 naira to any woman who delivers her baby in Abia government hospitals. None of these hospitals he is talking about are qualified to be a zoo abroad, though. Other governors were seen doing youth empowerment with shovels and diggers, wheelbarrows, and Obioma mobile sewing machines, while their own children are in abroad living lavishly with our collective money. Yet someone abroad who have seen how life is supposed to be will be supporting the bad government in Nigeria. I have never seen a higher level of wickedness than that. You might think that you have escaped the Nigerian suffering, and you forget that karma pays in